Elon Musk was at Trump's side today. Elon took questions from the Oval Office with his son. He brought his son, R2 Musk, who is, kids, you know, he's being a kid, and he starts picking his nose.
Between now and next year, there is no inflation. There's no inflation in 26. But the government is not borrowing as much.
4 years old, and as you can see, Trump was super excited to have the kid there.
What is the goal of Doge, and I think a significant part of this of presidency is to restore democracy.
Ever seen a billionaire in a t-shirt make the most powerful man in the world look like a sad potato? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because that's exactly what went down when Elon Musk waltzed into the Oval Office like he owned the joint. Poor old Trumpy-Wumpy got out-talked, outmaneuvered, and outclassed by a dude in a baseball cap. It's like watching a golden retriever try to play chess with a supercomputer, except the retriever has less hair and more spray tan. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Picture this. Elon Musk, the tech billionaire, strolls into the Oval Office like he's heading to a casual Friday at the office. Meanwhile, our old pal Trump is sitting there in his usual suit and tie, looking like he's ready for a fancy dinner party. Talk about a clash of style.
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted. We have a majority of the public voting for President Trump.
Your detractors, Mr. Musk,
What?
including a lot of Democrats.
I have detractors?
You do, sir.
I don't believe it.
Say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way.
We've won the House, we won the Senate. The people voted for major government reform. And a lot of times, people that don't get what they voted for.
As Musk settles in, looking comfy in his t-shirt and baseball cap, Trump's face starts to turn a lovely shade of orangey red. You can almost see the steam coming out of his ears as Musk starts talking, and talking, and talking some more. Poor Donnie doesn't know what hit him, but here's the kicker. Musk's casual look isn't just because he forgot to do laundry. Nope, it's a power move, folks. He's basically saying, I'm so important, I don't even need to dress up for the president. Ouch, that's gotta hurt Trump's ego more than a bad hair day. Now get this, Musk spoke a whopping 3,666 words to Trump's measly 2,487. That's like Trump getting out tweeted on his own turf. Can you imagine the look on his face? It's like watching a toddler trying to interrupt an adult conversation, but the adult just keeps on talking. As Musk keeps yakking away, Trump starts to look more and more like a deflated balloon animal. You know, the kind you get at a sad birthday party where the clown didn't show up. You can almost see the hot air leaking out of his ego with every word Musk says. But wait, there's more.
Mr. Musk, the White House says that you will identify and excuse yourself from any conflicts of interest that you may have. Does that mean that you are in effect policing yourself? What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there is accountability and transparency?
So all of our actions are maximally transparent. In fact, I don't think there's been, I don't know of a case where an organization has been more transparent than the Doge organization. Well, we actually are trying to be as transparent as possible. In fact, we post our actions to the Doge handle on X and to the Doge website.
Musk didn't just talk more, he talked over Trump. Looks like someone's not used to being interrupted. Poor Donnie, he's probably thinking, hey, that's my move. It's like watching a game of verbal ping pong, but Trump forgot to bring his paddle. By the end of this little chat, Trump's sitting there like a kid who's been told he can't have ice cream for dinner. His usual bluster is gone, replaced by a look of pure defeat. It's almost enough to make you feel sorry for the guy, almost. But here's the real kicker. Musk didn't just dominate the conversation, he completely changed the power dynamic. In one fell swoop, he turned the supposed most powerful man in the world into a grumpy spectator in his own office. It's like watching David take down Goliath, but instead of a slingshot, David's using a t-shirt and a whole lot of words. You thought Trump's ego was big before?
Trump also answered questions about Canada. You know, this thing with Canada, it kind of seemed like it was a joke, the idea of making Canada a state, but it's getting weirder and he's continuing to dig in on this. Any other Canadian stereotypes you want to mention? I love their syrup, I love their mousse, I love the Zambonis.
I love Canada. I have so many friends in Canada, you can't count them. Wayne Gretzky, I love Wayne Gretzky. I love so many people. I love their tradition. I love their ice hockey.
Well, buckle up, folks, because it's about to get a serious deflation. Remember when our orange friend used to strut around the White House like he owned the place? Well, let's just say his peacock days are over, and he's looking more like a plucked chicken these days. Picture this, Trump's sitting behind that fancy Resolute desk, probably thinking he's hot stuff in his big boy chair. But wait, what's that looming over him? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nope, it's just Elon Musk, about to turn the commander-in-chief into the chump in charge. Talk about a power move. Now, we've seen some pretty embarrassing moments in the Oval Office before, but this one takes the cake. Political experts are calling it the most powerless image of a president ever caught on camera. Ouch, that's gotta hurt more than a bad spray tan job. As Musk towers over Trump, our former president starts looking smaller and smaller. It's like watching a charisma vacuum in action. One minute, Trump's thinking he's the king of the castle, and the next, he's more like the court jester. O'Donnell, who's been around the political block a few times, pointed out that no previous vice president, not even Mike Please Like Me Pence, had ever experienced such a bizarre power dynamic in the Oval Office. It's like Musk rewrote the rules of presidential etiquette, and Trump's left trying to figure out which end of the pencil to use. But wait, there's more. Just when you thought things couldn't get any more humiliating for old Trumpy, Musk decides to bring his 4-year-old son, X, to the press conference. Because nothing says, "I'm in charge here," like having your preschooler tag along while you're putting the president in his place. It's like take your kid to work day, except the work is making the most powerful man in the world look like a sad sack of potatoes. As the meeting drags on, Trump starts to resemble a deflated balloon animal more than a president. His usual bluster and bravado seem to have taken a vacation, leaving behind a guy who looks about as presidential as a wet sock. So much for making America great again, huh? Maybe he should have focused on making himself look less pathetic first. Well, folks, it looks like our orange friend just got a lesson in modern power dynamics. Who would have thought that a guy who probably codes in his PJs could make the so-called most powerful man in the world look like a fish out of water? But here we are, watching Trump squirm behind his big boy desk while Musk dominates the room. Let's face it, Trump's been dishing it out for years, but he clearly can't take it. Maybe next time he wants to look tough, he should ditch the suit and tie for a hoodie and flip-flops. After all, nothing says "I'm in charge" quite like looking like you just rolled out of bed, right? Remember, kids, in the wild world of politics, it's not about how big your ego is, it's about how you use it. And in this case, Musk's ego just gobbled up Trump's for breakfast, lunch, and probably a midnight snack too. Poor Donnie Diapers. Looks like he needs a new art of the deal. Maybe art of the squeal.